Okay, so this is your technique and progressions for Bulgarian split squat. You're going to need something to rest your foot on, which is probably no higher than knee height, so a low wall, tire if you've got it, something along those lines, just to elevate one of your feet slightly. Okay, and I'll show you the technique. We're going to have different options for loading as well. So the first option is body weight. So with a Bulgarian split squat, you want to be about 1.5 to 2 foot, depending on how tall you are, how long your limbs are, away from your elevation point. So you then take your foot back and you're going to rest your laces. Okay, we're not having our toe pointing down. Okay, we have laces because we want this leg to be as passive as possible. We want all the work going through this front leg. From here, we're going to stand up nice and tall. Okay, and we're going to lower down to the floor using mainly this front leg. So from here, have our hands on our shoulders, using that front leg, lowering down, back knee just brushes the floor, driving up. And again, all of the work, 90% of what's going on is through this front leg. Okay, so down, driving up. In terms of the movement, the easiest way to think about it is your hips. Okay, your hips are going to lead this movement and they're going straight down a lift shaft. So you're not going forwards, you're not going back, your hips are going straight down a vertical lift shaft, down, and you're driving back up again. Okay, so that is the body weight version for Bulgarian split squat. Now in terms of loading, we can go single kettlebell. Okay, so we're going to take it into the chest. The setup is exactly the same. Okay, we have the kettlebell into the chest. From here, we lower down, focusing on the hips. They're going straight down and keeping as much work as possible on that front leg. Okay, so that's single loaded with the kettlebell. Next up, we're going to go for the sandbag. We're going to bring it to our front rack position. We're going to get ourselves back onto the tire again. Elbows stay driven up as high as possible here. We lower down. Again, keeping as much work as possible through that front leg and keeping the elbows as high as possible throughout. So that sandbag should sit across your throat and your elbows driven up nice and high. Okay, as you start to get tired, naturally the elbows will drop down. You've got to resist that and drive them back up. Final option, very challenging, double loading with your kettlebells. So we bring them into the front rack position, hands are underneath the chin, elbows tucked in on the body. Take our foot back. From here again, chest is high, leading with the hips. Down we go, driving up with that front leg. And again, we're nice and smooth and controlled as we go up and down. So that is double loading with the kettlebells. So that is your technique and progressions for Bulgarian split squats.